Hey everyone, back with Magic Misfits. Bit of a cliffhanger last time. We're starting off with chapter 15. Let's go. Bosso towered over Carter. Today, Bosso was wearing a white tank top, black and white striped swimming trunks, and rubber flip-flops that looked 2 sizes too small for his giant, hairy feet. Bosso and Carter stared at each other for a tense couple of seconds as Carter waited to be recognized. He expected Bosso to do something terrible. If we were in the classroom, right now would be when I would be asking you, oh, what do you think is going to happen next? So, what do you think is going to happen next? Alright, let's find out. Instead, the carnival owner growled, "Move it, kid! You're in the doorway!" Without waiting, he shoved past Carter. He didn't recognize me, Carter whispered to himself. Layla's disguise worked. Boswell had no idea who he was. Carter ran at the pool and formed himself into a cannonball. After coming up from the huge splash, he met Layla in the middle of the water. Together they swam over toward the edge of the water where Boswell and his crew were camped. Like little frogs, the pair broke the surface and peered above the waterline with goggled eyes. Boswell and his minions hogged the sun chair area around the deep end near the bar. Boswell was at the center, lying on his back, his eyes closed as 2 frown clowns in full makeup fanned him. The white from their faces was running in sweaty rivulets down their necks. The emerald ring in Bosso's finger flashed, and his hand held a white blended drink with an umbrella in it. Beside him, a thin woman in a black full-piece bathing suit took in the sun. It took Carter a moment to recognize the spider lady without her extra arms. The walrus stood directly behind them, eating chicken wings and tossing the bones right onto the tiled floor. Half a dozen clowns of different sizes lounged in normal swimwear fashion from the neck down, and in that same clown makeup from the neck up. "Hey, look!" Carter whispered to Layla. A man in a police uniform walked over to Bosso. "That's Sheriff Shaw," Layla said. "What's he doing?" Bosso handed him an envelope. Uh-oh. The sheriff opened it and thumbed through a stack of money. He slipped the envelope into his sheriff's jacket. "Looks like that cop is crooked," Carter said. "He's on Bosso's payroll? That can't be." Before he could say good, Layla pulled him below the surface. The clowns had been staring at them quizzically. Her underwater hand gestures signaled that they should meet the others. Together, Layla and Carter swam to the shallow end near the palm trees. They hopped out of the pool and met Theo and Ridley behind the towel cabana. The 4 huddled together. "His whole crew is here," Theo whispered, "except for the pock pickets." "That tattooed baby is missing too," Carter said. "No, he's here," Ridley noted. "He's over at the poolside bar chomping on a cigar and hitting on ladies." "Good for him," Layla said. "Okay, we have half an hour until lunch," Ridley said, pointing to her watch. "Carter, Layla, you find a way into their room. Theo and I will stay here and keep a lookout. If they try to make a move, we'll slow them down." "Ooh, I like that plan," said a scratchy-sounding voice. "Me too," added a high-pitched voice. "But what do we do?" Now I'm confused who these new people are. Carter and Theo nearly fell over when they discovered Ollie and Izzy standing directly behind them. "Where did you 2 come from?" Carter asked. "We saw a team huddle. We love team huddles," Izzy added. "But we're still unclear on the big picture plan." "You really want to help?" Layla asked. "Layla," Ridley hissed. "We already have 1 new kid. We can't have 2 more." "The more the merrier, I always say," Izzy said. "You never say that," Ollie quipped. "But we can help. We're good at distracting people." "A mesmerizing distraction would be helpful," Theo said. "You don't even know what you'll be distracting Bosso and his gang from," Carter said to the twins. "Even better," Izzy said. "Now if you 4 get in trouble, we can say we have no idea what's going on." "That won't be hard for her," Ollie said. "Izzy rarely knows what's going on." Ooh, Ollie's mean. "How are you going to distract them?" Carter asked. The twins exchanged a mischievous smile. Then they ran over to the diving boards. They kicked off their shoes and climbed to the top of the high dive in their tap dance outfits. When they got to the top, they yanked off their matching plaid jumpsuits to reveal a pair of matching plaid bodysuits. At least they're matching. They stepped to the tip of the high diving board and said, "Hey folks, is everyone having a good time?" Since the acoustics in the room were very loud, their voices bounced all over, and everyone looked at them. Clapping, cheers, and whistles ran through the pool crowd below. "We don't know if you've heard, but we have a star in our midst," Ollie said. "A star? You mean like the sun?" Izzy asked. "No, silly. Someone much brighter. The master of carnivalism, B.B. Bosso. Let's give him a round of applause." The crowd went wild. Then Ollie continued. "Bosso, any chance you'll take my sister next time you hit the road?" "Watch it, or I'll hit you," Izzy said, winding up her arm comically. "But seriously, Mr. Bosso, you work hard to entertain. So for the next 15 minutes, put your feet up, kick back, and let us repay the favor." Bosso sat up in his chair and scowled, then glanced around to see everyone staring at him. He quickly smiled his famous crooked fake smile. Ollie gave the Misfits a wink, and Layla said, "That's our cue. We have 15 minutes. "Theo and I will stay here," Ridley said. She handed Layla her backpack. "If the Wonder Twins can't keep Bosworth's goons here, we'll buy you some time. But no matter what, you better hurry." "How do you know where Boss was staying?" Carter asked Layla during the elevator ride. "When you were changing back into your regular clothes, I talked to the front desk. Perks of having a papa who makes the best lobster risotto this side of the Rocky Mountains," Layla said. "Bosso and the sideshowers are in the penthouse suite, and the rest of his goons are on the same floor." "Bosso likes to be in control of everything," Carter said. He remembered the scene of the clowns in the tiny red car in the train yard from a couple nights prior. "My guess is he'll want to keep the important stuff in his room." "Then I'll lead the way," Layla said. When the elevator doors opened, Layla and Carter peeked into the hallway. The 4 pock pickets were humming a tune as they guarded Bosso's door. "Ah, pickles," Layla whispered. Oh, I like that saying. "What now?" Carter asked. The clock was ticking. "Easy peasy," Layla said. "Follow me." The pair went down one floor, ran into another hallway, and went through a door marked Service Elevator. "This leads to a back door on the top floor," Layla said, cracking her knuckles. "Good thing you know this hotel so well," Carter remarked. "A worthy escape artist should know where all exits are at all times. Something I learned back at the orphanage," Layla grinned. Maybe sometime when we're not pilfering our stolen stuff back, you can tell me what that was like. The orphanage, I mean. We might have a lot in common." To his surprise, Layla's face went blank. "Yeah, maybe," she said before stepping toward the elevator door. Carter felt his own cheeks burn. Bringing up the orphanage might have been a mistake. When they got out of the service elevator, Layla tried the handle. Locked. She pulled a small gumstick-sized box from her swim cap. In it were little oddly shaped metal picks. Layla poked them into the service door lock, and a moment later it clicked. The door cracked open. "These aren't my lucky picks, but I always have a spare set. After all, a good escape artist needs to know how to operate or open any door at any time." "Are you sure you've never been a thief?" Carter asked. "Maybe in a past life," she said coolly. Warily, they entered the penthouse suite. The walls were paneled with extravagant walnut wood. Landscape paintings hung in gold frames. Thankfully, no one was in the set of rooms. Layla pointed to a clock sitting on a side table, reminding Carter they had to hurry. Creeping through the closest doorway, they found a giant bed covered in candy bar wrappers and empty pizza boxes. In the next room, they found the Spider Lady's extra set of arms. It was in the Grandmaster's suite that Carter thought to check the bathroom. Sure enough, the bathtub was filled with stolen wallets, watches, jewelry, and more. "It looks like the booty that I saw the Frown Clowns trying to hide in one of the circus train cars the other night," Carter said. The car had already been filled up, so the clowns must have brought Bosso's most recent booty here. Layla whispered. Just what we were looking for. Oh my goodness, I can't speak tonight. They started digging through it, but there was no journal, no bow, no lucky lockpicks, and no wooden box. They aren't here, Carter muttered, feeling his blood turn hot. Then where would they be? Layla asked. I don't know, Carter fumed. We need to return all this stuff to their proper owners, Layla said. There's no way you and I can haul out this stuff without getting caught, Carter said. We'll grab our stuff, then call the cops anonymously. But we saw Bosso and the gang pay off the sheriff by the pool downstairs, Layla said, simmering. Our hands are tied. She patted the pocket of her jacket, and Carter heard the clinking of metal cuffs. If only their hands were tied, she added, gritting her teeth. Hey, there's one room left, Carter said, and waved for Layla to follow. The last room was locked. There was a handwritten sign taped to it that read, Stay out, no housekeeping. Well, that's ominous, Layla said. She pulled out her old rusty lockpicks again and went to work. A moment later, click, the door opened. Holy guacamole, look at that diamond! It's huge! In the center of the room was a bed covered in blueprints of a stage, yellow notepads with furious handwriting scratched all over them, and on top of it all, the world's largest diamond, the Star of Africa. He stole it, Leia said. Bosso already stole it. No, he didn't, Carter said, looking more closely. My uncle trained me over the years to spot the difference between a real diamond and a fake one. Uncle Sly always said stealing a fake was a waste of time. And this one, it looks real, but it's a fake. Then why does Bosso have a fake replica of... Layla didn't finish her sentence. She and Carter came to the exact same conclusion at the exact same time. Boss was going to switch out this fake one with the real Star of Africa tonight at his show, Carter explained. He's going to steal the world's largest diamond in front of everyone. Carter thought of all the people his uncle had ripped off and of all the heartache that he himself had helped to cause. He cracked his knuckles, then said, We have to stop him. And that, my friends, is the end of chapter 15. So, I will see you all on Wednesday for chapter 16, and I can't wait to see what happens next.